Hey guys! I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. I'm so grateful that you guys are commenting, subscribing, and being on my channel in general. I really appreciate your support. In this video, I want to speak to you guys about INFJs and money. And I've done a couple of videos on money and INFJs before, but in this specific video, I wanted to speak to you guys about giving away our money. INFJs have this sense of non-deserving and unworthiness. I've talked to you guys about this many times before. It's one of our failings, actually. It's one of the reasons why we don't actually accomplish as much as we're capable of, and we don't use our talents and abilities to the utmost of our abilities because we are mired in this sense of unworthiness, and we wallow in self-pity, and we don't use our talents as we're supposed to be, right? We're not doing the work that we're supposed to be doing because we're spending all of our time berating ourselves and putting ourselves down. Now, of course, that's not the reason I'm doing this video, but a lot of the reasons why we do the things that we do are because of this unworthiness, because of this sense of feeling unworthy or not feeling enough. We're just not enough. We're not good enough. We're not good enough for people. We're not good enough for our stuff. We're not good enough for our experiences. We're always kind of asking ourselves, do I really deserve this? Am I worthy of this item or this person or this experience? And this comes down to also why INFJs have this tendency to give away their money or lend money to people who ask them, right? And not only money, I think it applies to anything that we own. I've given away my meals. I was traveling once in Indonesia, and there were these kittens, man. They were so cute. I just want to die. Just when I think about it, I literally get heart palpitations. Adorable kittens, but they were locked up in a cage. And you know how Asia can be. They just don't respect animals or lives of animals that much. They don't respect human lives. So, they don't actually really respect animals at all. And so they were there, and I think they were hungry because they were mewing. And I had just climbed a mountain, Mount Rinja or something like that. Anyways, I climbed a mountain. We just came back down. I was starving because obviously they feed you as much as they can, but they don't, they have to carry all that stuff with them. And I eat a lot of food. I eat in general a lot. And so I came down, I was starving. I had a couple of cans of tuna in my bag because I was like, okay, I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna relax, I'm gonna have these cans of tuna as protein to fill myself up before or until I can get to a restaurant. And so I'm sitting there and I hear these mewing and I'm like, where is it coming from? I don't actually see them. And then I pulled up this cloth, and there's a cage underneath, and there were a couple of kittens in there, and they were adorable. And I sensed, maybe it was right or wrong, I don't know, but I sensed that they were hungry. So obviously, I'm starving here, but they're more important to me than my own hunger. For me, they were little babies who can't obviously take care of themselves, and someone else is not doing it, so I have to do it, right? So obviously, instead of feeding myself the tuna, and it's fine, I was like, it doesn't matter, I've been through hunger before, I know what it's like, but these are babies, they need the food, right? So I opened up the cans of tuna and I gave it to them, and they ate. Hopefully they were happy. They stopped mewing, they were happy, and I petted them a little bit, and then I went off on my way. I hope they're fine now. I hope they had a good life. But in general, and then I finally found a restaurant. I was so hungry. I ate like a pig and I fell asleep. But in general, this is how we behave in the world. And not only, as I said, with our stuff, I give away my stuff all the time. I don't even think twice about it, unless obviously I have sentimental value associated with it. And there's only 4 or 5 items with that sentimental value. If someone asks me for something and I have it and I don't mind giving it to them, I'll give it to them. I've given away clothes off my back sometimes, and I'll be wearing the scarf, and this person in front of me is really cold, and I know that they're cold, and I'm like, all right, here, have my scarf. And I don't know if I'm ever gonna get it back. Sometimes they're a stranger, sometimes they're a friend, and sometimes I get it back, sometimes I don't. And that's fine, because the item served its purpose. That's the reason for it. That's what items are for. It's not so you can hoard them and keep them forever, unless, as I said, there's a sentimental value to it. So, suitcases, if someone asks me for a suitcase, I'll give my suitcase to them to use for however long they need. I've given away so many random things, books, pens on planes, so many random things like that. But for this video, I really wanted to speak to you guys about money. And I've done this in the past many times where people have asked me for money friends and boyfriends, exes. And I was like, yeah, of course. I mean, I have it and you need it, so I'm going to give it to you. And that in itself, I really fear is one of our failings. I'm not saying that we're perfect in any way, shape, or form, obviously, but this in general is one of those things that I really don't like about myself. Is not the fact that I give stuff away, that's fine. But when I lend money without even thinking about it twice, because I feel like I am undeserving of holding on to this money, and there's someone else out there who needs it more than me, so they should have it. With no sense or no thought about how am I going to get this money back, or the fact that I have to pay rent next month, or I need that money for bills that I have next month, or it's not like I'm a millionaire so I can just kind of keep on giving money away without receiving it back. No thought of what kind of payment plan that person should have, or what interest rate should I apply, or nothing to the logistics of it, nothing to the rationality of it, just the fact that, oh yes, that person needs it, I have it, I know that I need it as well because I need to pay bills and things like that, but apparently they need it more and they're more deserving than me because of course I am unworthy, and so I give it to them and I don't even think about it twice. And most of the times actually in the past when I have lent money to friends and boyfriends, exes, it has never been returned to me, right? I've hounded them, I've messaged them a billion times, and I've never gotten that money back. Which is a lesson in itself, of course. Now I never lend money at all. If a person asks me for it, I always say no. I don't want to ruin our friendship or our relationship, so I will never lend money anymore. But this is something that happened after me lending thousands of dollars out and not receiving it back, right? Thousands of dollars that I could have used for other things, or thousands of dollars that I needed to pay bills and things like that. And I just don't want us to do that anymore. And I know that INFJ friends of mine have messaged me saying exactly the same thing. That, friends have asked them for money, or exes or boyfriends or family members, and they've lent it without even thinking about it, knowing that they need that money for their savings, or for something that they're planning to buy, or for something that they desire, or something that they need. And they just gave it away because someone asked for it and they seemed like they really needed it more than we did, right? And as I said, all of it comes down to the fact that we have this innate sense of unworthiness, and we believe that someone else is always more deserving of whatever it might be than us. It's just the way we think of things. And we just don't think that, yes, I can be as deserving of this item or this thing as the other person. Now, I'm not saying that you should never give your stuff away, obviously, or never give money away. And I have given to charities a lot of times knowing, obviously, that I'm not going to get it back, but someone else deserving of it will get it. And I've given money to friends, or knowing that they might not be able to give it back to me, and that's totally fine. I've given away my stuff to people knowing that I might never get it back. I've been at music festivals, and this person was shivering, and I was like, here, Jack, have my jacket. And I have my scarf and I should be fine. Even though I was freezing myself, I gave my jacket away to this person because I knew that they were cold, and I was like, well, I can handle it, I'm strong enough, right? And I don't know if I'm ever going to get it back. Thankfully, the person always found me the next morning and gave me back my stuff. But, you never know. That's our thing, I can handle it. We always think, oh, I'm strong enough, I can handle it, I can take care of it, I'll figure out a way, I'll have a plan, or I'll figure out a way to do without that item, or do without that money, or do without whatever that item might be, whatever that thing might be, right? I don't like that. Not because I'm not saying that you guys should never lend money or never give your stuff away, but I want you guys to think about it not as a sense that you're not worthy, right? I want you to think of it as just a giving process, right? We're giving it away because we have it and we are capable of doing it, but not because we are undeserving of it or that we are unworthy of the items that we have, right? And I think a lot of it, I'm not saying 100% of it, but a lot of the stuff that we do has to do with the fact that we have this belief ingrained into ourselves that we are unworthy, right? And as I'm saying this and I'm standing here, I have this belief ingrained in me as well. Even though I've gotten so much further than I was when I was a teenager and I had this belief, it was so much more powerful back then, right? Even though I can say that I've come a long way, I still know that a lot of my decisions are made because of the fact that I still believe that I'm unworthy, right? Things, very minor things, like I'll skip a meal, or I will not drink water, or I'll do something that kind of says to me says to my cells and to me that you're not worthy of this item. You're not worthy of food. You're not worthy of even the breath that you take. So I'll hold my breath sometimes. I'll have water, but I'll have bottles of water in my house, but I won't drink it because I'm preserving it, or I'm not worthy of it right now. It's just random things, and I've said this before, we punish ourselves using these kind of tactics because we feel like we're not worthy, right? And I really want you guys to start thinking about it. When you guys have this opportunity in the future, maybe to give your stuff away, or more specifically to give your money away, think about it. Think about what kind of space you're doing it from. It's all right if you're doing it from a space that I want to give it to this person because they need it, but not to do it from a space where I'm going to give it to this person because I'm not deserving of it. They are more deserving of it than me. That's the space, the unworthiness space that I don't want us to function from anymore. Now, it's obviously going to take us a long time to get over it because it's so ingrained in us, but there is a process to it, and it'll take time, but we need to think about everything that we do in this sense. I'm not doing it because I'm unworthy. I'm doing it because I want to do it, right? And we have to switch around our thought processes in that manner. So we remove that stigma from ourselves, the stigma that we are unworthy. We have to remove that because it's really important for us to do that in order to be able to do our work. If I believe that I was unworthy, I wouldn't do these videos, right? Because I'm too unworthy. Who would listen to me? Why would anyone care? And I did have these thoughts in the beginning when I first started doing these videos. I would think to myself, who's going to listen to me? I'm unworthy. I'm useless. I'm crap. Why would anyone care about what I have to say? I don't want to have any positive or interesting thoughts in my head. I'm an idiot, la 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 la, right? And so why would anyone listen to me? Why should I even bother doing these videos? I still did them because I was like, all right, I'm doing it for myself. I want to do them. I really have this desire to do them. I don't think I could live if I didn't do them. So I'm going to do them, right? And so I did them, and it turned out well. And little by little, I'm learning to realize that I'm not unworthy, and I'm not stupid, and I'm not an idiot, and I have stuff to share with the world, and I'm worthy enough to be able to share that. But of course, it oscillates and goes back and forth, right? Again, I hope this makes sense to you guys. It's such an important topic to speak about, especially for INFJs. It's so important for us to realize this fact that we are functioning from this state of unworthiness. Because if we don't, we're not going to change the way that we deal with the world. And we really have to in order to live up to our potential. Right? If you guys have any questions about this topic or any other topic at all, please message me anytime. All my contact information is in the description below. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.